The president signed an executive order aimed at shutting down the Department of Education, saying he hopes the current Secretary of Education will be the last one. But there are concerns about the impact. Our chief White House correspondent, Mary Bruce, is tracking the latest. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Rebecca. Well, the president says that the Education Department is, quote, doing us no good and is taking action to essentially shut it down, signing an executive order surrounded by young students. But this morning, as you said, there are very real questions about what this all means for the nation's public school children. With the stroke of a pen, President Trump moving to eliminate the Department of Education.
My administration will take all lawful steps to shut down the department. We're going to shut it down and shut it down as quickly as possible. It's doing us no good.
Shutting down the department requires congressional approval, but the president trying to do everything in his power to dismantle it. It's already the smallest cabinet-level agency, and nearly half of its staff has already been laid off. The president has repeatedly promised to return education to the states. States already administer curriculum for the nation's students, and most funding for public schools is provided by state and local governments. What the Education Department does oversee, enforcement of civil rights laws to prevent discrimination in schools, funding for low-income students and students with disabilities, and the process of students applying for college financial aid, a $1.6 trillion portfolio of student loans. The administration insists these services won't be interrupted, that they will be taken care of by other agencies, though they haven't said which ones. Across the country, many educators are apprehensive. John Arthur teaches 5th and 6th grade at Meadowlark Elementary in Salt Lake City, a school where many students are below the poverty line.
It's terrifying. The first thing that I want to acknowledge is the fact that nobody knows what's going to happen. And nobody knows what it would mean for sure if the Department of Education went away. But I do know that as a teacher in a Title I school, my students not only receive but rely on the funds that we get from the federal government.
But others, like Oklahoma State Superintendent Ryan Walters, think their students will ultimately benefit.
I think states are going to have more money than they've ever had with less strings because, again, when you eliminate the bureaucracy, you're eliminating those roles, you're able to give states more money.
Now, again, only Congress can actually abolish the agency, and right now it's not clear if the president has the votes to do so.